Hey guys, it's Jordan. Welcome back to another video. It's gonna be another full day of eating vlog, just kind of random, whatever comes up. But I thought I would take some time to chat with you guys, just give you an update, a little bit of a life update, but also answering some questions back from a video that I did about my decision to go back to school to become a nurse practitioner. So I got some additional questions on that video that I wanted to answer in this one. So yesterday I had my first day back to my fall semester. So now I'm 2 semesters into my graduate nursing program. Yesterday was my first day of clinicals. So basically this first year and a half, I'm doing all the same kind of work that someone would do to become an RN or a registered nurse. So it's like our pre-licensure phase of the program. So I had my first day of clinicals at the hospital. It's a 12-hour day. It was awesome. I was scared and nervous the whole entire time, but I really enjoyed it and had a great first experience. So I will start having that now every week in addition to lectures, in-person lectures and online lectures. And then I'll be continuing to work part-time at the local community college. I'm just getting ready now because I realized I was not gonna have time this morning to sit down and just talk to you. So you're gonna have to listen to me while I flat iron my hair. It's just real life, you know? Gotta multitask, as long as I don't burn myself. And I just had the green smoothie that I've really been enjoying lately. And by the way, I'm not like a really good professional hair person. So if I am doing something wrong, how I'm doing my hair, don't, just ignore. A green smoothie this morning. I will leave the recipe down below in the description box. I've been adding a lot more healthy fats into my diet since my last couple of videos where I talked about decreasing fat and losing weight. And I'd rather do like a whole other separate video on that and why I started adding a lot more fat back into my diet. It has to do with hormones. So if you want to see that video, comment down below with the word hormones with the little smiley face. Tell me you want to know more about that and I'll do a video on that. One of the questions that I got on that last video was, did I ever consider becoming a physician or just did I think about becoming a nurse practitioner? And the answer is no. I never thought about becoming a doctor, like a traditional medical doctor. I can't say that thought never crossed my mind, but if it did cross my mind, it immediately left my head because I was like, that is too much school. For what I truly want to do and what I truly want to learn about, I don't really want to learn about medicine. That's med school. Medicine school. I don't want to learn, I know I need to know about medicine and I'm totally cool with learning the pharmacology and understanding all of that, but that's not my passion. My passion is holistic care for people. So when I realized that that aligned really well with nursing, that's ultimately why I decided to become a nurse practitioner so that I can have the autonomy to do a lot of what physicians can do, like general physicians can do, but then I get to do it from the nursing perspective. Another question asked why I changed my mind from becoming a dietitian to becoming a nurse practitioner. So if you watched my get to know me video, which I did pretty early on in my channel, I talked about when I originally decided to quit my full-time job and go back to school, I originally was going to become a dietitian, just finishing my matcha latte. Started the coursework for that. Turn you this way. I'll give you the honest story. So I started off taking the prereqs that I needed to get into the graduate dietetics college. I had to take a lot of chemistry. I was getting through it just fine. I hated it. For those of you who like chemistry and are good at it, like, you are amazing. I did not enjoy that at all. So I got about 3/4 of the way through that. No, probably over halfway, just over halfway with that chemistry course. And I was at a family event, just chatting with cousins, Jack's family that I hadn't seen in a while. And the topic came up about nurse practitioners and what they do, and honestly I forget how it came up, and all of a sudden it just dawned on me, like, why have I never thought to do that? Like, it just had never occurred to me, like, and all of a sudden I was like, yeah, I would love to be an NP. Like, it never seemed feasible. Kind of like being a doctor never even seemed feasible, and I never gave it more than a second of thought. So when I got home, I remember I looked up some programs because I was like, surely it'll be much more schoolwork than what I'm already trying to do. It'll be much more difficult. Looked it up, realized no. I already had a lot more prereqs for nursing than I had for the dietetics program. So I wasn't gonna have to take as much school, and the program was perfect. It was specifically for students that already have a bachelor's degree in something else. I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. Like, this is it. Literally the next day, dropped my chemistry class. I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm done, because I didn't need it for nursing. And I totally shifted gears. If you are thinking of changing your career path, my first step that I would say that I did was I did a ton of research. I went to information sessions. I went and visited with advisors from the dietetics program. And then when I changed my mind, just to make sure I was making the right decision, even though I kind of made that decision to drop the chem class, I then went to multiple information sessions about the program. I met with advisors. I made sure, yes, this is what I want to do. So that's a huge first step. It's just like getting the knowledge and getting the support. I think my hair is straight now. What do you guys think? Do both sides? Packing up a snack before I leave for work. I'm also gonna have something to eat before I go, because I don't have like a lunchtime break today. I just have a break like later in the day. So I am bringing some of these Trader Joe's Norwegian crisp breads, and I really just have, well, I have like 1.5 left. So I'm just gonna break those into pieces, put them in a container with some almond butter. This is just raw almond butter from Trader Joe's. For lunch, if I can get it open, I made a batch of my chickpea tuna salad. I actually put some diced jicama into it, which is like a really crunchy, yummy vegetable. But I think I'm also gonna dice up a celery stick as well and throw that in there and just have it on some lettuce. So that's gonna be my lunch. Dinner that night, I made a quick and easy pasta dish. So this is like a pesto pasta dish with rotini noodles, some frozen broccoli that I just thawed out, and some chopped tomatoes. And this was the vegan pesto that I got. I get it from Trader Joe's. It's great to have on hand for a really quick meal. Hey guys, we're back. Clearly it's a different day. It just turned into a busy week, and so I didn't finish filming on that day, but I wanted to wrap up this video. I was talking about like how I decided to go back to school to become a nurse practitioner, because that was a question that was asked. Within that decision, obviously I had to overcome a lot of personal barriers and just like irrational thoughts that I've always had, like not being good at math and science. I was not good at math and science in school. I mean, I did okay. I like did fine in school, but I would have never told you math or science was one of my favorite subjects. I definitely had to overcome that. Like, how am I going to go back and take anatomy and take physiology and microbiology and know what the heck I'm doing? And you know, I have to say, I went back and I did it. Like, I did it. I passed all those classes with an A, and I'm so happy that I did it. I had to really overcome that and just say, you know what, if I need help, I'll get tutoring. I'll have to study. I'm going to have to sacrifice a lot, but I knew that that end goal was worth it. Their personal kind of barrier I had to overcome was worrying about what other people would think. So when I was thinking about changing my career, leaving my full-time job that I had only been in for 3 years, like I'd only been out of school for 3 years and already am changing my mind. Like I was like, people are gonna think I'm nuts. Like, what is this girl doing? She can't make up her mind. And I had to go with my heart, and I had to go with what I knew deep down. Like, I knew that, okay, if I stay in this job another year, I'm still gonna want this. Nothing's gonna change. The quote that I read one day that really flipped a switch in my mind, where I was like, I'm doing this. This is my decision. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it takes to accomplish it. Time will pass anyway. So simple and so obvious, but it just didn't occur to me, like, this program is 3 years. 3 years are gonna pass anyway. Like, just because I would be like, oh, it's 3 years, it's so long. It's like, the next 3 years of my life are gonna happen regardless. It's just my decision how I'm choosing to fill those 3 years. And when I thought about it that way, I was like, of course. I mean, after 3 years, if I didn't do this, if I didn't change careers, I would still want to change careers. And then it'd be 3 years later. So why wouldn't I just do it now? We get caught up on like, how long is something gonna take? So used to like instant gratification. It's like, well, I wanna do this. If I can't do it right now, I'm not gonna do it. Slow and steady is the way to go. It's been over a year since I've made this decision, and I'm more sure now than I was when I originally made that decision. Like, every step has made me more and more sure. I hope that was helpful. If you are thinking and wondering about, making a career change or trying to decide what you want to do in life, to know that we're human, it's okay that we change our mind. The majority of people nowadays, like especially the younger generations, they're no longer staying in one career for 30 years and then 30, 40 years and then retiring. That's just not the norm anymore. It used to be, but it's no longer the norm. I think people have like 4 to 7 careers in their lifetime. It just takes planning. It takes being responsible with your finances, and it takes confidence and research and following your heart, and just gaining the support from the people who are willing to support you. And if people aren't willing to support you, you just find the ones that are. Anyway, I know this video was kind of like a mashup, but I hope it ends up being helpful. If you have questions for me, please leave them in the comments down below. I will be happy to answer them, especially if you have like a really specific question about either my career or about your own situation. I would love to answer your question. Like this video if you want to see more like vlog style videos, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. It really helps support my channel and helps it grow. I will see you next week for another one. Bye.